how to identify your niche in content creation. This subject you are talking about today is the foundation of content creation, right? This is the foundation of content creation, and you have to understand this before creating content, right? You have to find your niche, your area of focus, right? So in finding your niche, you are going to consider all these elements that I'm going to be listing out for you. So first, you have to understand your passion and your interest, right? That is what you have to do first of all. Then when you've understood it, you write them down, right? The topics that you are passionate about, you write them down, and also evaluate your expertise in that area. For example, if you have passion for cooking, for example, it is not about passion alone. You have to have idea about cooking, right? So your passion and your like you have expertise on that area, like you know how to do it, right? So, and also you have to consider your knowledge in those areas, and your skills. You have to consider your knowledge in those areas and your skills, right? Then what you're going to evaluate next is how far can you go in this journey, right? Is it something that when you have done it for maybe a month or 2 months, then you don't have anything again to offer? Is it something like that? So you are going to consider if it's something that you can do for a lifetime, then it is worth venturing into, right? So number two, you have to research your market demand, right? You have to research your market demand. If you are selling a product, for example, before you get into the business, you have to know, do I have customers, or how big is my market audience? How big is the number of people that will be able to purchase this product? So if you want to create a content, make sure it is something that it's it's demanded by a large number of people, right? So you have to research your market audience, right? The demand, right? So in finding this, you are going to use tools like Google Trends, like RF, and also Ubersuggest. So if you use these tools, they are going to tell you, for example, if you type a keyword, maybe let me just say how to make money, right, online. If you type it on Ubersuggest or Google Trends or RF, um they are going to show you the volume of people, the number of people who have searched for that on the internet, right? They are going to tell you, in the past few months, 1 million people have searched for this product on the internet. So if you are able to get that figure, say, okay, this content I'm about to create, a lot of people are going to be interested in, then it is worth going into, right? So next, you have to analyze your competitors. You have to study the kind of people who are into that space already. You have to study them, and you have to study the kind of content they are creating, right? So that is one of the things that you have to also keep in mind. Then you have to also analyze your market, your gap analysis, right? Okay, these people that are creating content in this niche, what is that gap that has not been filled? If you are able to identify it, then you can fill in the gap, and there's going to be uniqueness in your content creation, right? Then number three, you have to define your target audience. You have to define your target audience. There are some content that are for children, there are some content that are for teenagers, there are some content that are for adults. Like, it's not that necessarily they are for adult, but it is adult that will be interested in those contents. There are some contents that are for that, especially female are likely to be interested in. There are some content that male are likely to be interested in. So you have to define your target audience, right? And that is very, very key. You have to determine whether this content I'm going to create is for this kind of age bracket or gender, or the people that are located in this area, right? Like location, and also the demographics of your potential audience, right? So those are the things that you have to consider. Then number three, you have to understand their psychographics, like you understand their interest, right? You understand what their values are, understand their pain points, and also their engagement, right? You have to make research about all those stuff, and when you are done with those kind of research, is going to give you an edge, right? So that is number three. Then number four, you have to analyze your profitability monetization options, right? So in content creation, many people think that if you want to create content, it's only on, probably if you are creating content on YouTube, most people think that it is only by YouTube ads, like YouTube monetization. That is where they are going to get their money from. Some people think, okay, it's only by Facebook monetization. That is where they are going to get their money from. There are many monetization options that ranges from ads revenue, sponsored ad, affiliate marketing, product sales, and so on and so forth. So there are different types of like different ways by which you can monetize your content. Is not limited to ad revenue alone. So that is what you have to keep in mind. Then number five, you have to test your niche, right? When you are starting out, just create a sample of your content, and probably if you have a small follower, probably your family, your friends, and those people that have known you for a while, or those people who have been engaging with your content, like your family or close circle, if you are able to sample what the kind of content you want to create, and then share it to them and tell them to give you feedback, right, on what they think about your content, is going to help a lot, right? That is very, very important. Very, very important. And so, and when you have given them this opportunity to share with you their feedback, it is very important that you consider those feedback. You have to study those feedback, and also try to make adjustment where they ask you to, oh, this thing you do like this, if you can do it like this, it's going to be better. So it is something that you have to put in mind, something that you have to consider. Then another one, you have to assess your sustainability of content ideas. This content about to create, is this something that is sustainable, right? So there are some content that they call evergreen content, right? As long as the earth remains, those contents are going to be in demand. And there are some content that will just, maybe it will just last for the season, right? So after that season has passed, everybody will forget about it, right? So there are some content that are evergreen forever. You'll be getting revenue from them. But there are some content that have expiry date, right? So you have to consider the um, sustainability aspect of the content, right? So that is that. Then you have to consider your resource availability. How easy are you going to get the resources that will be needed for creating those contents, right? How easy is it for you to be able to access your tools, right? The tools that you need, the resources that you need, the information that you need to create the kind of original content, the kind of quality content that you want to create. So that is very, very important. And also you have to establish your unique value and proposition, right? So you have to create this, establish your own uniqueness, right, and your own value, right? So when people come across your video, oh, they say, ah, this is, yeah, I know this person. That is how to become a brand. That is how to become a brand. You stand out, being unique in your own way, right? So those are the things that are necessary. Those are the things that are necessary for you to consider before choosing your niche, right? So I know this video is helpful. If you have not understood what I've said so far, it is important that you go back to the beginning of the video and watch it again, and then list out the points that I have listed for you. So if you know this video is helpful, please smash on that like button and share with others, right? Follow my page for more. See you later. Bye.